Child of God, what you are about to hear is not ordinary. It is not meant to entertain you. This message is meant to awaken something inside you. This is a divine message for your spirit. It is a reminder of who you truly are beneath your pain, confusion, struggles, and past battles. You are chosen. You are sacred. You are a child of God, and your purpose is awakening. Listen closely, because what follows may change the way you see yourself forever. Beloved chosen one, for many generations, a sacred truth has been quietly passed down. For centuries, a powerful spiritual lineage was hidden from the world. For a long time, a royal spiritual identity was buried, silenced, and forgotten. That identity has been waiting for the moment when the chosen one would awaken, rise, and reclaim their divine authority. That chosen one is you. Before we go deeper, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This message is not just content, it is a spiritual confirmation for those who are awakening to their true purpose and ancient identity. And thank you from the heart to everyone who supports this channel, to everyone who keeps coming back, listening deeply and growing spiritually. You are part of this rising royal lineage. Your presence matters, and I am truly grateful for you. If this message resonates in your spirit, type 77 in the comments. This number is not random. It is a spiritual signal that shows you are ready. Ready to receive your inheritance. Ready to awaken the ancient spiritual power within you. Ready to step fully into the divine identity that was spoken of long ago. Understand this clearly, not everyone will listen to this message until the end. Only those who are spiritually marked, those who feel the pull of destiny in their soul, will receive the clarity, revelation, and activation carried by these words. This is not a message you hear once and forget. It is a living message. It is an ancient truth that awakens something new inside you each time you hear it. It is a spiritual blueprint that unfolds layer by layer. Return to this message whenever you feel guided. Each time you listen, another part of your true identity will awaken. Another piece of your royal purpose will rise to the surface. Now let us begin. Section number 1. You are a chosen one. Born from a hidden and royal spiritual lineage. Long before you were born, even before your parents imagined you, and long before your family line became what it is today, spiritual messengers received a sacred revelation. These messengers, elders, seers, prophets, and visionaries, were shown to be a future generation. In that generation, a unique and extraordinary individual would rise. That individual was prophesied to carry a hidden royal spiritual lineage, to awaken a legacy long concealed, and to fulfill a purpose written in the heavens. This message was not symbolic or poetic. It was clear and intentional. It was a spiritual revelation meant to be preserved across time. It was guarded by divine order and quietly passed down through centuries. The prophecy spoke about a hidden heir, someone with spiritual authority whose identity would stay concealed for many generations. This person would not be born into comfort or power. They would be born into difficulty. Their strength would come from experience, not privilege. Their life would be marked by challenges, not ease. Their destiny would be protected until the right moment arrived. From birth, they would feel different in spirit, awareness, and purpose. The ancient records describe this person clearly. They would struggle to fit in anywhere. They would carry deep thoughts and inner weight even as a child. They would feel disconnected from the world around them. They would face hardships early in life. They would survive situations that would break others. They would sense a higher calling long before understanding it. They would move through life feeling unseen protection and guidance without knowing why. The writings explained that this person would be pressured and tested by life itself. Not because they were weak, but because they were chosen. Opposition would appear early because darkness often recognizes spiritual purpose before the person does. The prophecy also revealed the timing of their awakening. It would not happen during peaceful or easy times. It would happen in an age of confusion, chaos, and spiritual blindness. Truth would be ignored. Wisdom would be rare. Fear would guide many more than faith. This generation would carry ancient spiritual traits. These qualities would be passed down through bloodlines. They would remain hidden beneath pain, trauma, and survival patterns. But when the time came, those traits would rise again, and with them the purpose that had been waiting all along. You carry gifts that were placed within you long ago. Deep intuition that guides you without explanation. Strength that keeps you standing when others fall. Insight that allows you to sense truth beyond words. Endurance that helps you survive difficult seasons. Compassion that moves you to heal others. And an inner fire that naturally leads and inspires. These qualities were not taught to you. They were already inside you. They are being remembered now as your spirit awakens. They return as your soul reconnects to its deeper purpose. They rise as your life begins to align with your true path. And this awakening has already started. It began when your perception changed, when you stopped seeing life the same way, when old habits and patterns no longer fit you, when your awareness grew sharper, when you feel pulled towards something higher without knowing why. That was the moment the ancient calling activated. When your spiritual awareness opened, the unseen world responded. When your consciousness expanded, your lineage stirred. When you chose alignment over fear, your true identity began to emerge. This message was never meant for everyone. It was not general, it was not vague, it was intentional and personal. This calling does not describe a crowd, it describes one soul at a time. And it describes you. You were seen long before now, you were prepared for this time. You were meant to rise during a season when clarity is rare and truth is needed. What you are experiencing is not accidental. This phase of your life is meaningful. It is the unfolding of a purpose spoken long ago. Everything you have lived through has been leading you here. Chosen one, you may look at your family history and see nothing special. You may see struggle, lack, broken relationships, silence, or generations just trying to survive. From the outside, it may look ordinary or even damaged. But spiritually, something powerful has always been there. Beneath the pain, beneath the history, beneath the hardship, your lineage carries meaning. Nothing about where you come from is random. Nothing about your ancestry happened by accident. Your bloodline was never common. Your true inheritance was hidden on purpose. It was protected through generations so it would not be destroyed too early. What was placed within your family stayed unseen until the right time. And that time is now. You are the one through whom it awakens. Your lineage carries ancient strength. Not strength that started with you, but strength that surfaced through you. Endurance built from generations who refused to quit. Power shaped through battles your ancestors survived without recognition. Your family line holds deep intuition, an inner knowing that guided them even when they did not understand it. It carries spiritual insight, the ability to sense truth beyond appearances. It carries wisdom that does not come from education, but from the spirit itself. And it carries a warrior mindset that refuses to surrender even under heavy pressure. You come from people who survived storms that would have destroyed others. They carried heavy burdens quietly. They endured loss, disappointment, and unanswered questions. They kept moving forward without applause because something sacred was being preserved through them. Some of your ancestors prayed for freedom without knowing how it would arrive. Some cried out for change without knowing who would bring it. Some asked heaven to end cycles of pain, struggle, and spiritual limitation. You are the answer to those prayers. Time may have covered your lineage with hardship. Life may have buried its true identity under survival. The world may have forgotten what your bloodline carries, but the divine never forgot. And when your awakening began, what was sleeping inside your spiritual heritage started to rise. Slowly at first, then clearly, then powerfully. What you are experiencing now is the return of what was always yours. Your ability to sense truth has grown because your family line carried spiritual insight. Your intuition became stronger because those before you could see beyond the surface of things. Your inner confidence increased because leadership has always been part of your spiritual makeup. Your words carry weight because your voice holds inherited spiritual authority. Your presence affects people and environments because your spirit remembers who it is. This strength did not suddenly appear. It has always been there. It is simply waking up. What you are experiencing is not new power. It is old power returning. The strength that was asleep is rising. What was hidden is activating. An ancient sense of identity is coming back into awareness. You stand between generations. You carry the past forward and prepare for the future. You are the living result of everything your ancestors endured to protect something sacred. The spiritual legacy did not disappear, it went quiet. Now it is being revealed again through you. If you reflect on your life, you may notice something important. Your struggles were not ordinary. Your challenges felt heavier, more personal, and more intense than those of others. For a long time, you may have thought something was wrong with you. You may have asked why life felt harder. Why were you misunderstood? Why did you feel targeted? Why isolation followed you? Why emotional, mental, or spiritual pressure seemed constant? The truth is this: your struggles were never just about situations. They were about who you are. The opposition recognized your potential before you did. That is why pressure came early. That is why the battles were strong. That is why you faced challenges others could not understand. That is why you felt alone, even when surrounded by people. Nothing you faced was random. The betrayals were meant to damage your trust. The heartbreaks were meant to close your heart. The losses were meant to drain your strength. The isolation was meant to quiet your voice. The spiritual pressure was meant to delay your purpose. These experiences were not signs of weakness. They were signs of significance. You were challenged because your presence carries impact. Your life disrupts darkness. Your potential threatens systems built on fear and limitation. Your purpose breaks cycles that have existed for generations. What is awakening within you is something the opposition tried to bury long ago. But it survived, and now it is rising again, through you. Section number 2. Your challenges were never random. They prepared you. Chosen 1. Everything you experienced was meant to challenge 3 core parts of you. First, your sense of worth, because when someone forgets their value, they stop reaching for what belongs to them. Second, your sense of purpose, because when a chosen soul doubts their calling, they delay stepping into their role. And the third, your spiritual authority, because once that authority is fully activated, it cannot be controlled or stopped. Opposition tried to confuse your mind so you would never recognize your true identity. It tried to drain your energy so you would not rise. It tried to hurt you so you would not awaken. It tried to break your spirit so your destiny would remain unfulfilled. But none of it worked. You survived what was meant to end you. You healed from what was meant to corrupt you. You woke up from what was meant to keep you asleep. You rose from situations that were meant to bury you. Your awakening proves your strength. Your growing clarity proves your purpose. Your ability to endure proves the power in your lineage. A destiny that has been waiting for centuries never appears quietly. It never rises without resistance. It never activates without pressure. The difficulties you faced were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to refine you. The pressure shaped you. The struggles strengthened you. The spiritual battles awakened something ancient within you. True leaders are not formed in comfort. They are shaped through challenge. They are refined through difficulty. You were prepared through storms because your spirit carries influence strong enough to impact generations. You were strengthened in darkness because you were created to bring light. And you survived it all. You walked through hardship and emerged stronger. You faced intense seasons and came out wiser. You endured battles that were meant to erase you. For a long time, you may have wondered why others did not see your potential. Why you were overlooked when you carried so much within you. Why your efforts went unnoticed. Why you were underestimated instead of celebrated. Why you felt unseen, unchosen, or ignored even when you were doing your best. These experiences were not rejection, they were preparation. What you carry was too powerful to be revealed too early, and now the time of hiding is ending. Section number 3. You were hidden, not forgotten. Beloved child of God, listen to this with your spirit. You were hidden, not forgotten or rejected. God placed a covering over your life, not because you lacked value, but because you were too precious to be revealed too soon. Like ancient kings who protected their heirs, heaven kept you safe, concealed, and surrounded by divine protection until the right moment arrived. Your hidden season was purposeful. It was sacred. It was part of God's strategy. You were hidden so your calling could grow in peace. Your divine assignment needed time to mature without interference. God kept you away from noise, distractions, and false paths so your purpose would remain pure. Your spirit needed time to grow in wisdom, strength, and clarity. Had you stepped into your destiny too early, the weight of it could have overwhelmed you. You needed to understand your true identity before others tried to define you. Your gifts needed time to sharpen without being stolen, copied, or corrupted. If people had seen your potential too soon, some would have tried to diminish it or misuse it. God kept you hidden so your talents could develop safely. Your voice, your words, and your influence needed to grow quietly. Now your voice carries spiritual authority, but that strength was built through experience, lessons, silence, and revelation. Even when life felt slow, delayed, or unfair, you were not behind. You were being preserved. God planted you deep so storms could not uproot you. You grew quietly, inwardly, and spiritually until your foundation became unshakable. You were not forgotten. You were being protected. There were people, opportunities, and environments that seemed good, but were not meant for you. Heaven blocked those paths to protect you from jealousy, attacks, and distractions. You were not delayed. You were being prepared for the right timing. Every tear you shed trained you. Every disappointment refined you. Every season of isolation strengthened your spirit. Every no was divine redirection. Just as ancient kingdoms hid their heirs from enemies, God kept you unseen until your identity could withstand the spotlight without faltering. Now, chosen one, that time has come. You feel it in your spirit. Your energy is changing. The hidden covering is lifting. The spiritual camouflage is fading. Your true identity is stepping into the light. People who once overlooked you will begin to notice your presence. Those who underestimated you will feel the shift when you enter a room. Those who ignored your value will suddenly recognize your authority. Your season of revelation has begun. Section number 4, Divine Awakening and Activation. Chosen one, the changes you have been feeling inside yourself are not random. The emotional clarity, deeper awareness, and heightened intuition are not common experiences. What you went through was not a passing feeling or a short spiritual phase. It was a divine activation. Your awakening marked a moment that the spiritual realm had been waiting for. It sent a signal beyond what you can see. When your inner world began to shift, the space around you responded as well. Your growth affected more than just you. This awakening did not happen quietly. It was not soft or hidden. It was a powerful internal awakening that announced your true identity was no longer asleep. Something ancient within you came online. What had been dormant began to move. What had been hidden began to reveal itself. The spiritual atmosphere changed because you changed. Your awareness rose, and with it came alignment, clarity, and purpose. This was not an accident. This was not ordinary. This was the beginning of you stepping fully into who you are meant to be. Your awakening revealed itself in clear and meaningful ways. When you began to understand people without explanation, when you could sense motives, emotions, and intentions beneath words, that was inherited spiritual awareness becoming active again. When your ability to detect dishonesty or danger became stronger, even before anything was spoken, that was ancient spiritual wisdom returning to your consciousness. When you became more sensitive to energy, feeling exhausted around some people and energized around others, that was your spirit remembering what aligns with it and what does not. Your soul began protecting its purity. When relationships, environments, or routines no longer felt right, and people who once belonged in your life no longer matched your path, that was divine guidance, removing you from spaces that could not support your growth. When familiar places began to feel uncomfortable, that was growth. Your soul was expanding beyond old versions of yourself. When you felt drawn to solitude, not out of sadness, but because you needed quiet and clarity, that was spiritual separation. It was preparation, cleansing, and inner alignment. Every change you experienced carried meaning. Every discomfort was a signal. Every moment of clarity confirmed something deeper was happening. Every emotional shift was an announcement. Your awakening was not accidental. It was intentional. It marked the activation of a higher identity within you. In the unseen realm, this shift did not go unnoticed. Spiritual forces responded. Your ancestors recognized it. Protective forces aligned with it. Opposition reacted to it. When a chosen soul awakens, balance shifts. When a royal spirit rises, long-held authority returns. When a hidden lineage becomes active, destiny begins to move forward. This awakening is larger than your personal life. It reaches into generations past and future. It is ancestral. It is purposeful. It is divinely timed. What is happening within you is the breaking of old limitations. It is the ending of long cycles. It is the restoration of identity and power. The spiritual inheritance carried through centuries is rising again, and it is rising through you. Section number 5. Divine protection, favor, and spiritual alignment. Chosen one, divine protection around you is growing stronger. People and forces that once had access to you no longer do. Danger is being removed before it reaches you. Some relationships are ending suddenly, without explanation, because they no longer belong in your future. Barriers that once stood in your way are disappearing before you even encounter them. This is happening because what you are stepping into carries great responsibility and purpose. Heaven's covering around you is thicker now. Old burdens are falling away. Patterns you struggled with for years are breaking with ease. Emotional heaviness is lifting. Mental confusion is clearing. Harmful cycles are ending. What once attached itself to you can no longer hold on. You are becoming someone new. You may notice unusual favor following you. Things begin to work out quicker than expected. Help comes from unexpected sources. Resistance is being replaced with ease. Where others struggle, you move smoothly. Where others push, you flow naturally. You will feel a clearer sense of direction. You will understand yourself more deeply. You will know where you are going and why you are being called there. Guidance will feel stronger than ever. You will feel led, aligned, and supported in ways you have never experienced before. This is not coincidence. This is intentional placement. Your life is being shifted into position. Your purpose is pulling you forward. You are being moved into spaces where your presence matters. Your energy carries influence now. Your spirit holds authority. Your words have impact. People will be drawn to you without understanding why. They will feel calm in your presence. They will sense strength, wisdom, and clarity around you. Your spirit will awaken something in them. Doors that stayed closed for years will open simply because you approached them. Your spiritual authority, recognized beyond the physical world, will unlock what effort never could. Heaven is no longer waiting, it is establishing your influence. Your place of spiritual leadership and purpose is being restored step by step. Your calling is becoming clearer, your purpose is becoming louder. Your path is becoming organized. What once felt impossible is now unavoidable. What once felt far away is now unfolding in front of you. Chosen one, this is not a future promise. This is a present reality. What was spoken over your lineage long ago is activating now. It is happening through your awakening, through your movement, through your life. Everything is aligning, everything is shifting, everything is falling into divine order. These moments are confirmation that your life is being guided. They are signs that progress is happening beyond what you can see. Your name is being mentioned in places you have not yet entered. Your path is being prepared ahead of you. Everything unfolding now is leading you closer to your rightful position. In this season, everything around you is being rearranged to place you where you belong. You are experiencing a spiritual shift that is moving you forward faster than before. This is a purposeful repositioning guided by divine timing. Divine protection around you is growing stronger. People and forces that once had access to you no longer do. Danger is being removed before it reaches you. Some relationships are ending suddenly, without explanation, because they no longer belong in your future. Barriers that once stood in your way are disappearing before you even encounter them. This is happening because what you are stepping into carries great responsibility and purpose. Heaven's covering around you is thicker now. Old burdens are falling away. Patterns you struggled with for years are breaking with ease. Emotional heaviness is lifting. Mental confusion is clearing. Harmful cycles are ending. What once attached itself to you can no longer hold on. You are becoming someone new. You may notice unusual favor following you. Things begin to work out quicker than expected. Help comes from unexpected sources. Resistance is being replaced with ease. Where others struggle, you move smoothly. Where others push, you flow naturally. You will feel a clearer sense of direction. You will understand yourself more deeply. You will know where you are going and why you are being called there. Guidance will feel stronger than ever. You will feel led, aligned, and supported in ways you have never experienced before. This is not coincidence. This is intentional placement. Your life is being shifted into position. Your purpose is pulling you forward. You are being moved into spaces where your presence matters. Your energy carries influence now. Your spirit holds authority. Your words have impact. People will be drawn to you without understanding why. They will feel calm in your presence. They will sense strength, wisdom, and clarity around you. Your spirit will awaken something in them. Doors that stayed closed for years will open simply because you approached them. Your spiritual authority, recognized beyond the physical world, will unlock what effort never could. Heaven is no longer waiting. It is establishing your influence. Your place of spiritual leadership and purpose is being restored step by step. Your calling is becoming clearer. Your purpose is becoming louder. Your path is becoming organized. What once felt impossible is now unavoidable. What once felt far away is now unfolding in front of you. Chosen one, this is not a future promise. This is a present reality. What was spoken over your lineage long ago is activating now. It is happening through your awakening, through your movement, through your life. Everything is aligning, everything is shifting, everything is falling into divine order. In summary, beloved child of God, the sections above were meant to remind you of these essential truths. You are a child of God with a hidden spiritual purpose. Your life has not been random, and your struggles were not meaningless. You come from a spiritual lineage that carries strength, wisdom, and responsibility. The difficulties you faced were meant to shape you, not break you. You were challenged so you could grow in understanding, resilience, and spiritual authority. Even when you felt unseen or delayed, you were being protected and prepared. Your recent inner changes, greater clarity, stronger intuition, and emotional release are signs of spiritual awakening. This awakening is helping you step into who you were always meant to be. As you align with your purpose, protection increases, old patterns fall away, and the right people and opportunities appear. Your life is now moving into order, direction, and meaning. What was hidden is being revealed. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you truly are. If you feel led to go deeper, whether through more chapters in this spiritual journey or a powerful visual for a video or thumbnail, just say the word. I'm here, and I'd be honored to help bring this message fully to life.